Ever thought about launching your own online casino? It sounds like a massive undertaking, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a surprisingly modern and efficient way to get in on the action. We're talking about Turnkey solutions, and they're a total game changer in one of the world's most lucrative digital markets. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at just how big this opportunity really is. Then, we'll unpack this whole business in a box idea. After that, we're diving into your first big decision, what features you absolutely need, what the money really looks like, and of course, how to actually win after you launch. So let's get right to it. Why is everyone trying to get into this space? Well, it boils down to one simple thing: the money. We're talking about a massive, and I mean massive, financial opportunity that just keeps on growing. The numbers, they're honestly staggering. Okay, get ready for this number. Just to give you an idea of the scale we're dealing with, the online gambling market is on track to hit $127 billion in revenue by 2027. That's billion with a B. This isn't some tiny niche market, folks. It's a full-blown global economic powerhouse. And you can bet that's attracting entrepreneurs from absolutely everywhere. So that's the big question, right? How do you even begin to get a piece of that action? I mean, building an online casino from the ground up is, well, it's insanely complex. You've got software development, licensing all the games, integrating payment systems, and navigating this absolute maze of legal regulations. For most people, that's a complete non-starter. But there's a much, much smarter way to do it. And that brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today, the turnkey solution. The best way to think about it is like a business in a box. It's this pre-built, ready-to-launch operation designed to get you into the market way faster and more efficiently than you could ever imagine. And let's be super clear about what we mean by turnkey. This isn't just a piece of software you buy off the shelf. No way. It's a complete ecosystem, a full-on gambling platform where all the essential pieces are already built, integrated, and ready to go. The whole point is to let you focus on the fun stuff, like marketing and actually running the business, instead of getting bogged down in coding and technical nightmares. So what's actually in the box? Well, it's pretty much everything you can think of. You get the complete gaming platform, a library with thousands of games, payment systems that are already integrated, and all the tools you need to manage your players, including that super important KYC, or Know Your Customer, compliance stuff. Throw in advanced marketing features and enterprise-level security, and yeah, you've got the whole shebang, all working together right out of the gate. Now, this is a really critical piece of advice from an industry expert. The goal here isn't just to find a supplier, it's to find a partner. As we dig into the specifics, keep that quote in mind. We're talking about long-term value here, not just scoring the lowest price tag. All right, that brings us to your first really big decision. When you go the turnkey route, you're basically choosing between two main paths: the white label model or a fully custom build. So here's the 30,000-foot view. Your choice really comes down to a classic trade-off. Do you want speed and lower cost, or do you want total control and a unique brand? Let's break down what each of those paths actually means for you. Okay, first up is the white label path. This is without a doubt your fastest way to get to market. We're talking a pretty low initial investment. Think somewhere between $10,000 and $50,000, and you can be up and running in just a couple of weeks. The tech is already proven, support is usually built in. But here's the catch. You get limited customization, you're on a shared platform, and there are ongoing fees to think about. Now, the custom path, this is the total opposite. It is all about control. You get to build a completely unique brand from the ground up, with your own dedicated infrastructure and the final say on every single feature. This is how you really stand out in the market. But as you'd expect, it's going to cost you more, starting around 50 grand and easily going into the hundreds of thousands. And it'll take longer, maybe 2 to 6 months to get everything built. Okay, so once you've figured out which path is right for you, white label or custom, it's time to pick a provider, and more importantly, to zero in on the features that are going to make or break your casino's success with actual players. This table gives you a great snapshot of the provider market. You can see right away there's a huge range in what you'll pay, both for setup and monthly. You've got providers like BedDevel who can get you launched super fast, and then you've got others like Evermatrix that are more on the enterprise level, and their price reflects that. Your choice here really has to connect directly back to your budget and your overall business plan. But listen, no matter which provider you end up choosing, there are some absolute non-negotiables. Think of this as your essential features checklist. Your platform has to have support for licensing and compliance. It needs a great game portfolio with the big names.
You need robust payment options, including crypto and e-wallets, and you absolutely need built-in marketing tools to bring players in and keep them coming back. Seriously, don't compromise on these.
And this really brings it all home. At the end of the day, all these technical features, all this fancy infrastructure, it all serves one purpose: creating an amazing player experience. A great turnkey solution is the one that lets you build that trust and excitement for your users. Okay, let's talk about money, the real numbers. Because that initial setup fee you pay, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We need to look at the all-in cost for your entire first year of operation. So, for a white label casino, you need to be thinking realistically. Your budget for year one is probably going to land somewhere between $85,000 and $400,000. And that number covers everything: your setup, licensing, all the operational costs, and this is the big one, the marketing budget you'll need to actually go out and find your first players. Now, if you go with a custom solution, that first year budget jumps a lot. We're talking anywhere from $200,000 to over $1 million. Why so much higher? Well, that reflects all the custom development work, hiring dedicated staff, and running the much more aggressive marketing campaigns you'd expect from a unique custom-built brand. So how does that investment actually turn into a live casino? Well, the whole launch process can be broken down into three pretty clear steps. First, you've got planning and research. That's about 2 to 4 weeks. Then comes setup and configuration, the technical part, which takes about 4 to 8 weeks. And finally, you have your pre-launch prep, another 2 to 4 weeks where you're getting all your marketing and operations ready to go. Look, getting your casino launch is a massive achievement, for sure. But you have to remember, that's really just the starting line. The real success, the long-term success, is all about how you handle the challenges and stay on top of the trends in what is a super competitive market. And let's be honest, the challenges are real. You're going to be up against fierce competition. You'll have to deal with regulations that are constantly changing. The cost to get a new player to sign up is always rising. And you might even run into headaches with payment processors. The operators who succeed are the ones who see this stuff coming and have a plan for it from day one.
But on the flip side, when you look ahead, the future is incredibly exciting. The whole iGaming industry is being completely reshaped by some amazing trends. We're talking about AI that personalizes the experience for every player, deeper integration of crypto, the mind-blowing promise of VR and AR casinos, and this relentless focus on making everything perfect for mobile. Staying ahead of these trends, that's how you win in the long run.
So there you have it. We've seen how these turnkey solutions have completely changed the game, making it more possible than ever to launch your own online casino. The technology is there, the games are ready to go, the entire infrastructure can be up and running in just a few weeks. The platform is ready. The only question left is, are you?